Okay, today we're teaching you how to make fire. So we're just walking up the trail and we figured we better start getting our kindling and stuff together before we actually sit down and make our fire. And I found a good piece of dead tree, and there's a piece of bark up here that's kind of like a shingle, and they go up like gasoline when you put some flames on it. So we're just going to tear this down. Okay, now this stuff, when you put it with your twigs and logs and stuff like that, this is just it's like gasoline. It just really helps that fire get going up real nice and big for you really fast so you're not freezing. So there we go. Okay, I'm gonna show you what my grandpa taught me how to split wood and big logs like this, in case you didn't have a hatchet or something like that to cut it with. So what we're looking for is two trees that have grown closely together, and we're gonna break them in between the trees. So let's go. Now, preferably you want to find two trees that have kind of grown into like a Y, and you'd weave your stick in like that and snap it. But what I found here is next best thing, and that's a downed tree really close to the ground. So you're going to take your big stick or log and put it under there and use just push up to snap like look at that. It's a perfect fire log right there, kids. Show you how to do it one more time, and then you just push up, boom, right there, another perfect fire log. So there you have that. All right, now over here we've got a tree that I was telling you about earlier that's kind of grown up in that Y formation, and now I'm going to show you how to break your log up using that technique. So always make sure your grounding's good, because you don't want you hurting yourself out there. So you just lodge it up in there. I'm going to push on this one. There we go. And I think that will be just fine for the fire as well. So now we've got tinder and we've got wood, fuel for our fire. So now next thing is we need to start looking for somewhere to light our fire. So let's go find that now. Alright, you're probably asking yourself what would make a really good campsite for your fire. Well, preferably you're going to want something that's flat and dry, because most people camp next to where they build their fires. So it's been snowing up here where we're at, so we're going to try and find someplace dry. And if we're not able to do that, then I'm going to show you how to light a fire on top of the snow. So let's get to it. This looks pretty good. It's fairly dry compared to the other spots we've seen, and it's flat, so we can obviously sleep here and build some sort of small shelter to keep us warm, and we'll have our fire right close, so we'll have our warmth for cooking or other things like that, boiling water. So let's go ahead and get started making our fire. We got our logs. Set these up over that. Now I'm going to take off my bag. Now, if you can't find tinder and stuff like this, always carry cotton balls. This is immediate tinder. It goes up like nobody's business. If you just break it apart like that so the oxygen can get to it, this will take a spark like that. And I've got a whole pocket full of them. And I'm going to teach you a little trick right now, because this will go up really fast and maybe you don't have as dry of wood that we found here. So I'm going to teach you a quick little trick that you can use that will make this burn a lot longer, much like a candle, so that you can have a little bit bigger of a window to getting your kindling up and going. So most people would carry chapstick on them. Everybody owns chapstick, I'm pretty sure. Any chapstick will work. Do this, some lip balm. So happens to be strawberry because I like it. Up like that. You're going to take your finger and you're just going to take it off just like that. And you won't really need much more than that for one cotton ball. And then just close this back up. Put that by our bag. Now we've broken this up like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that in our cotton and just start rubbing that in there. Getting a nice good, so this kind of acts like wax and it burns for a lot longer time. But you want to leave a little bit in order to catch your spark. And then you'll just ride right along and then it'll stop there and burn for a while. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all that those shavings and stuff that I found and set it right there. I'm going to set my cotton ball in there like that. Leave a little bit. Break it up. The smaller things are, the easier it is for the oxygen to get to your fire. So just like that. A little bit older, of course, you always got your lighter or matches. You always want to have a sure way of making fire. So, but on this one I'm going to be using magnesium and flint rod. And so let's get going because I'm wet and cold. Okay, let's get a couple more cotton balls. Oop. There we go. And then we can use this shell of this tree to kind of start building kind of a teepee formation. That's what I always was taught to do. Just to kind of get that going. Here we go. Sweet. Set this rocks over here. Get this. And then this stuff on the inside of it is what goes up really quick. Since this has been exposed, this will be a little bit drier and that will dry a lot faster. So if you just put this up there like that, I'm gonna just quickly teach you how to make a little fire box so that your fire doesn't go getting crazy and take it down the whole free forest. So we got plenty of rocks here. Just basically just start putting rocks all the way around your fire so that the embers can't really escape and venture on too far away from the fire and be catching the whole side of the mountain on fire, because we don't want that. We want other people to be able to enjoy it too. So, just just like that. Nothing too fancy. Just like that, pretty much. Running out of firewood. Alright, well, most of you probably recognize this tool. This is a tomahawk. Early American frontiersmen, just a little history about the tomahawk. It actually came from naval boats as boarding axes, and when the French and English fur traders and trappers came up here, the Native Americans really took a liking to it versus the stone heads that they were using, and so they would just get rid of the handle that they had, and then they started to configure what we know now as the North American tomahawk. So in this, it's lightweight, very little maintenance, keeps a great edge. You got a hammer on the reverse side for tent pegs or something like that, and it's just a good little axe just to keep with you at all times. And there you have it. We're lucky enough this one split, so we got 2 logs now. There's your campfire. That's how you do it. Now, earlier I was having some fun and I slid down a bunch of ice. Okay, sometimes when you're out in the outdoors, you gotta just remember just to have fun. Too many people stay inside and read books or something like that. But out here, this is where real adventure is. So here we go. Now my pants are all wet, but by golly, we had some fun doing it. So get outside and play, kids. And got my clothes wet, so I'm going to take some time now and dry my clothes. So until next time, I'm Brien O'Canada, and be ready, eh?